Before starting this video, if you are interested in making money from your phone, do not forget to use my promo code on the OnesBet platform that appears on the screen, which will give you several bonuses on your first deposit. And also do not forget to subscribe to the Telegram channel to predict matches, the link to which you will find in the comments only. All you have to do is subscribe to our Telegram channel and use my promo code, and welcome to the real world. With the transfer window at an end, the focus can now turn to what really matters at Manchester United, the action on the pitch. For manager Erik ten Hag, there can be no more excuses, nowhere left to hide, with the scrutinized Dutchman having now had 3 summers to get the squad to where he'd like it to be. Optimism at the club was on a high following May's FA Cup final triumph, a result that arguably spared the manager the axe. But positivity has swiftly dwindled amid another sticky start to a campaign. Much like in his debut season at the helm, the former Ajax boss will be looking to lift the mood with a positive result against rivals Liverpool, with that aforementioned 2-1 win over the Merseysiders in 2022 having kick-started his stint in charge. Hopes of seeing off compatriot Arne Slot and his charges have been hampered by yet another injury blow. However, with 2023 arrival, Mason Mount, set to be sidelined over the next few weeks, having been withdrawn at halftime at the Amex last time out. Manchester United midfielder Mason Mount. For some, that absence may not be considered too much of a blow, yet the Englishman, who was dubbed a pressing monster by Statman Dave, had looked to be a crucial part of United's pressing game in the opening weeks of the season, leaving solutions now needing to be found to fill that attacking void. With that in mind, here's a look at just how Ten Hag can replace the club's number 7 for the visit of Slot's men. A goalscorer on debut against Fulham, summer signing Joshua Zirkzee could be the man to capitalize on Mount's misfortune, with the Dutchman, who arrived on a £36.5 million deal from Bologna, having replaced the ex-Chelsea playmaker against the Cottagers in Brighton and Hove Albion. With Ten Hag favoring a striker-less starting lineup to date, with Bruno Fernandes and Mount dovetailing in attack, Zirkzee could slot in nicely into that forward line, having categorized himself as something of a 9.5, rather than an out-and-out center forward. The one-time Bayern Munich man would also offer a proper focal point and presence in the forward ranks due to his 6'4" frame, with such stature likely to be required in the absence of the stricken Rasmus Højlund and with Scott McTominay now on the books at Napoli. Having seen the impact that Zirkzee can make off the bench on the opening weekend, however, and with the Netherlands international not featuring at all in preseason, there may be a desire to keep drip-feeding him minutes as a substitute, building up his fitness rather than rushing him into action. If ever there was a time to silence the doubters, it would be against United's bitter rivals, with Marcus Rashford quickly needing to catch fire amid another quiet and underwhelming start to a season. Deployed off the left thus far, the 26-year-old's impact has been limited in recent weeks, notably being withdrawn on the hour mark last time out in place of the exciting Alejandro Garnacho, with Garnacho pushing to start after 3 substitute cameos thus far. And with goalscorer Amad Diallo making an impact on the right, there will be pressure on Ten Hag to drop Rashford altogether, with the academy graduate no longer a certain starter at Old Trafford. That said, the England international's impressive record against the Anfield side, which stands at 7 goals in 18 meetings, may be in his favor, with one potential solution set to be to start him through the middle this time around, even despite his own desire to feature off the left. Such a decision would allow Ten Hag to fit the trio of Garnacho, Amad and Rashford into his side, although that may not be the only way in which that triumvirate can all feature. After ending 2023-24 in fine fashion, notably scoring in the 3-2 win over Newcastle United, Amad's stock is now at its highest point since his initial move to Manchester back in January 2021, having enjoyed a stunning preseason in which he netted against the likes of Rangers and Real Betis. That has been followed up by a promising start to the new campaign, with the former Atlanta starlet netting the equalizer in the eventual 2-1 defeat to the Seagulls, having also spurned an early chance to put the visitors ahead. That missed attempt showed that the Ivorian wizard, as described by journalist James Copley, is still a work in progress, although he has certainly warranted another inclusion from the start later today. There may be a desire to see Garnacho oust Rashford on the left and for Ahmad to remain on the right, but one potential tweak could see the latter man move more centrally to partner Fernandes, with Garnacho taking his place out wide. While that change of role may seem strange, Ahmad has actually played through the middle in his career previously, notably operating as a center forward or second striker on occasion during his time at Sunderland, where he finished with 14 goals and 4 assists in all competitions. Ahmad Man United Burnley Clark Premier League transfer. According to Transfermarkt, only 2 of his 24 appearances for United have come as a center forward, and none have come in an attacking midfield or second striker berth, although that switch to what would largely be a new role could represent a dream solution. It's worth remembering that his first goal for the club did come from the 22-year-old moving into a central area to cleverly header home against AC Milan back in 2021, showcasing that he can be effective in that position, even despite his slight frame. With the speed and work ethic needed to be able to match Mount's high press, having been praised for his attitude and intensity by coach Darren Fletcher, Ahmad could represent a wild card option to lead the line, ahead of the likes of Rashford and Xerxes.